Hey guys, in this episode, we're going to take a break from development and we're going to package and build our game. There's a few reasons. One, we're over 25 episodes in and we haven't packaged our game or built it. Number two, I've never done it before. Number three, I'd like to make that a habit as we move forward, maybe every like 5 episodes. Because what it does is it lets you know if your game can even be packaged or shipped or built. And I'd like to be able to share just with friends the file to play the game. I know there's a lot to do still, but I still think it's pretty cool to be able to do that. I want to change a few things first. Actually, I just remembered. Let me change the UI. Just one moment. Okay, so I updated the UI so it's just back to visible, and then I added some blocks so we can have some interaction, and then our latest enemies are still just down the hill here. So full credit to UNF Games, how to package an Unreal 5.7 project and share it with everyone. I'm really just going to be following the steps here, but nothing ever goes as planned, so I'm sure it's accurate, but I'm curious to see what kind of errors we encounter. Considering we've got custom assets, we have motion matcher migrated into here, which is a huge file. We have large files for our characters coming in from character creator. So we have a lot of different files, and I'm expecting some issues, but I've never done this before, so hopefully we can follow the video and we won't have any issues. I've been following UNF games for years. I even noticed I have them here in my bookmark here from a video that was like 4 years ago. I used to really enjoy their environment tutorials, so give them a follow. So full credit. Let's follow the steps up from their video. First, we're going to click on the platforms button. Apparently this has been updated from 5.7. Lucky for me, I've never done it before, so I'm following new steps anyway, but I guess there used to be a button like around here. So I'm going to click on platforms. We're going to go to our project launcher. And then we're going to click create launch profile. And we're going to name this development build. Enter. And then we're going to click on the pencil icon here on the right to open. You can click any project or keep this as is. I didn't really understand that part because I'm only interested in building this project. So for now, I'm going to leave it as that. I guess that's one differentiator from the tutorial video. Target will stay the same. Platform will be Windows. Configuration will remain development. Content scheme will be pack files. This is related to, it says store cooked game content in one or more large pack files. I guess that's a file type. I've never heard of that, pack files, PAK, but I think we'll see more of that in just a moment. So to compress the pack files makes the game smaller sized as you share it. I'll do that. Generate chunks, leave unchecked. I saw that even Steam talks about this part, specific for Unreal. I think you can package your game in, I guess, what are they calling, chunks? I'm guessing. Actually, I don't want to make a guess. I could be totally wrong. Leave this one unchecked. Cook content checked, and for incremental cook, there's a recommended path, which is modified in dependencies. And I think this, it says this is a new method and is much more reliable, but is a bit slower. That's fine. Modified in dependencies. I'm guessing that means each time you build or package the game, it looks for files and metadata that have changed, is my guess. Maps to cook. From the video, he said if you're doing a real ship, to select selected maps, but in our case, startup maps is okay. Additional cooker options. I think that was blank. Build the game, yes. Build even if this one is unchecked. Architecture. I think we just leave that as it is. Archive build, yes. Archive directory, we're going to pick a folder as close as possible to our root. So I'm going to right click and create a new folder called build. Okay, and I'm going to select this folder. Deploy to device, I'm going to uncheck it. Run, unchecked. Okay. Archive build, check. I think we just did that. Yep, archive, yep, just did that. And then we're going to expand this again. And then one thing that he did or double checked was in our, oh, it's not here. Where is it? Oh, there we go. In our platforms ribbon again, packaging settings. There's a thing called a requisite or, oh, I'm already here. Prerequisites, include prerequisites installer is checked. That was something that he double checked at the end of the video. So I think we are good to go. I'm going to do one last save all. So from here, I'm going to click launch. Let me double check. Yep. Yep. Okay, so we're going to click launch. Launch. Okay, this is where I am hopeful, but expect to see some errors. In the video, UNF describes the different stages here of what we're looking at. I think this is just, I forget already the first scan that went by quick, but this is the build that checks for errors. Looks like we have found one already. I will look into that in just a moment. I couldn't even finish my sentence. So we had a build in our project, an error. And then it moves on to the cooking, which basically compiles and compresses the U asset files to strip them and only build and package or ship the files that have their necessary metadata that is needed. So it really strips down everything unneeded from a U asset and gets it game ready. And then these last two stages move on pretty quick. The file, it saves, make sure that the repository that you selected and the file explorer is has no issues, and then it is the final step. So what are we seeing here? Platform, create make file, check that the SDK. Oh, this is all interesting. So Westins World Series U project has no code, but it's been treated as a code-based project. All right. Retry. I think someone in the comments said that too. Let's go check out this video. After I launch, it said that my project doesn't exist, but it does. I'm going to have a chat with ChatGPT because I have the same issue as this guy. Same issue. Same issue. Any luck? All right.
If you're using a real interface,
Build a game for 164. I'm going to pause and I'm just going to start chatting with ChatGPT, see what all this says. I'll be back. So ChatGPT recommends 3 things: to install Visual Studio Code, to verify some settings in the Epic launcher, then exit or restart and try packaging again. So I'm going to try that first. Okay, so I downloaded or installed Visual Studio with that checkbox. There's like a few options. I clicked on the desktop development with C++. I didn't see an option for this. And then in the Epic Launcher, install options include Windows and Win64 support. I think uh, I think that's gonna be a no-brainer, but I didn't even know there were options here. I guess settings. There's an update. Damn it. I'm going to guess with that Visual Studio, it said to restart. And then I have a restart and update here. So I think I should do all of that. Probably restart. So I'll pause the video. I guess it can't hurt to first just retry. Okay. It's looking a little bit better than before already. I guess let's just give it a shot. I guess so far so good. A warning that the 2026 compiler is not a preferred version. I guess that's fine. I'm going to pause it until either I move on to the next stage or if I see anything worthwhile. But it looks like, at least for now, that seemed to have done the trick. And then I'll even, in a moment, depending on how this goes, update our friend here that installing that thing was a trick. All right, I'll pause it now. So shortly afterward, the build completed, which I think is awesome. We'll click allow. So now we're in the cook stage, which is basically stripping all of the unnecessary metadata from what I understand in my like 2-minute research. I'll pause it again until there's an update or something worthwhile. Seems to be moving pretty quick. All right, just checking in. We are cooking, and I'm seeing some errors related to our character creator shaders, and then even more so down here, some rigging along with our character creator says some things are out of date with animation related. So I have one red, which I think is bad. I don't know what it's gonna do. What was it again? Where to go? Excuse me. I can't tell if this is a struct or a character creator. It must be the character creator error. Something with the facial expression rig. It's still going though. It's not doing like when I had the arrow over here, it stopped. So it's still going. We'll see what happens. Getting a lot more warnings related to our character. Actually, you know what? That's Quinn and Manny. Never mind. Hey guys, one thing that I noticed is it's starting to display how many cooked packages remain. So I'm getting low to 654. It's probably been saying that the whole time, but uh, I'm recording this again to see if we move on to the next stage after this 4 gets to 0. So I'll let it run for just a moment. Looks like it's stuck on 4 though. We're at 32 minutes. So it looks like there's 2 remaining. Come on. 2 remaining. 2 remaining. One remaining. Excuse me. One remaining. I just want to see if that gets to 0. Does it move on us over to the next stage? Hey, I'm sorry for making the video this much longer, but I saw it get to 4 and I thought we'd be done any moment. Then we got stuck at 2, got stuck at 1. There's some additional warnings. I even see a failure here. 1 error with 53 warnings. This might take longer than I thought, so I'm going to pause it again. Oh. Okay, so something went wrong with the cook. Build failed. Oh, boy. Cook failed. So now I wonder what I do. So the execution took 31 minutes and 59 seconds. All right. Shaders left to compile. Okay. Cook failed. C for full exception trace. So this must be, I'm guessing, where the source of my problems are. All right, I'm going to take a look into there. All right, guys, so for me, what I did was my next attempt is going to be reading this last note here. So it says, open this file for the full exception trace. So I entered this in my Explorer, or the directory here. And then, so that opened up. the text log error. And then I kind of talked with ChatGPT, said, what do I do? I pasted the error that was reading. Actually, what did I do? I started with basically, I typed in the, I said, look for the first error prompt. So I pasted what I just shared. And then I said, it said, look for the first error. So I did that search. And then it gave me what to look for. And then what I want to do now is it thinks it pinpointed what the issue was. There's something wrong with one of my control rig facial expressions from character creator. So let's put this to the side. Can I put it here? Okay, cool. So it tells me to open up, let's open up the CR face rig in the content browser. Okay. So this, it says previews out of date, and to compile it, dirty needs to be recompiled. That's interesting because it kind of pointed out something isn't updated. Okay. So it says find and open in the control rig editor, click compile. Do this even if it says compiled. So is this the control rig editor? It must be. Yep, parent class control rig. Okay. So we're compiling, we're gonna save it, exit, and it says to do it again. Then to close it, to reopen it, compile and save again. Apparently, for one reason or another, it says, okay, there it is, uncompiled again. So compile, file, save. It says it sounds silly, but it often forces rig VM to rebuild its memory layout. Okay. And if I open it again, is it gonna be like still? Yep. I wonder why it keeps. Okay. And if that doesn't work, delete the project caches. Supposed to look for an array iterator. Oh my gosh, I have no idea what that is. Iterator. Array. Is this an array iterator? I don't know what an array iterator is. I mean, I've got this compiled. I guess let's just, do I click retry? Is that going to do everything or only the problematic ones? Hmm. Boy, I hope it doesn't do all like 30 minutes again. Seems to be moving a bit quicker. Oh. Build failed. All right. Still this thing. What is going on with this one? Fallback structure. This thing here is giving me a lot of issues. Okay. Nope. It's red. Look. All right, so I'm gonna exit you. Excuse me. All right, so it says to look for an iterator or an array. Delete the iterator node and recreate it fresh. Boy, there's a lot of arrays. Array iterator element. Sort constraint data. Man, there's so many arrays. How do I know which one it is, huh? Display error f struct. Is there like a struct? Well, I think blues are structs. Oh, this is a struct. So it must be this one. Oh, both of these are structs. Constraint data. Oh man, there's so many structs. So which one's it gonna be? Iterator? Nothing. Element? Look at this big old blueprint. It tells me to look for the array, but there are a lot of them. Yeah, I can't really do that. So this is a facial expression rig. Okay. So how do I exclude that? I wish it would give me like options like uh disable it or something. Oh look, here's a warning. What's the warning, my friend? Let's exit. couple warnings. Yeah, there's all kinds of warnings. Is this even... Alright, how do I just want to remove this? How do I remove CR face X-ray from build? So let's go to edit, project settings, platforms, packaging settings. Scroll to directories to never cook. Okay. Directories to never cook, one. Okay. Add. Nope. All right. Let's try that because I really want to get this over with. Let's see. Okay. See what happens next. Let's retry. So worst comes to worst, we are excluding the control rig for facial expressions, which for now is fine. Oh my goodness. So I wonder if I just have to. Oh, do I need to like redo it all? Come on, man. How do I just like ignore? Okay, so we like this even less. So I'm gonna go back to packaging settings, search never. Let's just delete that. Now let's hope that we get less errors. And you know what else? I wish I could see like what the warning is. Can I like refresh the node or something? Why am I being warned about that? And then pile. Okay. Pile. Still getting a warning. Getting warnings for things feeding throughout. Oh, wow. Oh, what the heck? Huh. So for some reason that liked it. Same with that, but I need to leave comments like unplugged for packaging. Something over here, unplugged for packaging. Something here, unplugged for packaging. Something with these facial bones. Oops. Oops, I'm still getting an error on that one. Really? Okay, well, I'm not seeing any other warning signs. Later on, that might not be good for my I don't know what's going to happen either with metahumans or character creator when I'm trying to use dialogue. Might run into issues, but at least for now, I think I don't have any more warning signs or errors. Everything looks okay, so let's jump back and cross our fingers. Let's retry. The build is taking... Okay, that was fast. Never mind. Oh, please. Oh, please. Wait, diversion. All right, well, diversion might just be like, what do I have to do? I have to push something? Is my teammate working on something? Diversion, 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 and then still this thing. Man, I wish I could just like unplug this thing. Compile, save? Did I not click save? File, save all? Maybe that was why I didn't save all after making those edits. Let's just do retry. Come on, guys, we can do it. Okay, so diversion was fixed. This darn thing, though. Oh man, I wish I could just delete it. There's no more warnings. I feel like now I just unplugged stuff that I didn't really, did not really need to. Man, should I dive in all these functions? What in the world? Why is it letting me compile if it's not working? I really feel like just undoing like all those unplugs because didn't even do anything. Man, where is this even used? Weston, okay. Then the animation blueprint. Man, can I undo you? I really don't want that right now. Alright, so I've got the animation blueprint up. Now I need to find this darn CR. Where are you? Now, why are there so many bones, but not even. Dude, what's driving me crazy too is I don't even think I'm using this because I'm using the mover. So, how is this even connected to the. Man. Okay, so I did some digging, and what I noticed is that it says for one of the warnings is that the bone CC base facial bone is not valid. But when I go to the skeletal mesh, I see it is valid. So ChatGPT is telling me this preview mesh or the mesh is selected to the wrong character. And when I came in here to the preview settings, I see it's actually probably true. So I want to update this to Westin CC series. Now I have something. And look at that, my all the warnings went away. So at some point when I was migrating characters over and out, I think there were some issues. And now look at all that. Holy cow, okay. um So look for rebuild or refresh or reset. In the control toolbar, look for one of these: rebuild, refresh, regenerate, reset. Is there anything like that? Toolbar menu. Is there something like reset or something? All right. Let's just try to compile. What happens if we exit now? Let's do file, save all. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Let's just try this again. All right, same things. But now that I have this, is there, am I missing this like rebuild or something? Is there a rebuild? And where did the rig blueprint thing go? So I'm gonna file, save all. Oh, refresh all nodes, I guess. File, save all. I wonder what's gonna happen if we just exit and come back. Just pray that it works. All right, so 22 seconds. It failed last time. We'll try one more time. It's getting at the end of the night. I've got to go to bed. So I only have one error now. Two errors. Oh dear, this is so frustrating because I really don't even care about uh, this facial expression stuff. Let me reopen. All right, guys, we're trying again. At our cook. Hoping a restart helps. I saw red already. Oh man. Fallback structure. What in the world? These are all the structs. What is going on? Alright, guys, so I think we finally made it, but I don't think it's a ideal solution. I unplugged the 3 control rigs from the animation blueprint. So, I mean, I'm going to guess that has a bigger impact than just removing only the facial animation. So we'll see what happens. It was pretty frustrating, but at least I pinpointed the issue. It was the control rigs. I may just have to create like a new control rig. But we'll see. Hopefully I can get to the end over here. I think these last 2 steps are supposed to be pretty quick. Darn, I don't know when I stopped recording, but oh my gosh. I don't understand why my recording keeps stopping. Oh my goodness. I can't tell where I left off anymore. For some reason my recording keeps stopping. So what I did was leave comments to myself. I unplugged the 3 control rigs. I was nervous that the control rig would no longer work. However, I was able to test. So our package and build was successful, and all of our character controller still works. And once we get to metahuman stage, then I will potentially worry about facial expressions. So we went to our folder for that we named build, and inside was a new folder created called Windows that I renamed to Westins World First Build, and there were 3 .txt files that I just deleted. Then when I open this up, it works. So what I want to do lastly is from here, I want to right click, compress to a zip file. Now this can be shared. So I'm equally, at the very end, I'm very happy because it worked. It's a little past my bedtime, but it's fine. And then I responded to our friend on the YouTube channel, letting him know that our first issue was that we just had to download Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to do one more thing just to demonstrate. I want to add this to our Google Drive. It's a zip file, so it shouldn't be too wild. And then I'll showcase again opening the build. So while that's going, I'm all set here. I'm gonna file, save all, commit, build, cook, package, first try, first success. Cool. So we can exit our Unreal application. We now have a zip folder. I'm gonna drop a copy into here, and I responded to our friend downloading the Visual Studio resolved. All right, hopefully that helps him. We're gonna drag our zip file into Google Drive. Says it's gonna take 1 minute. That's pretty cool. So while that loads, you saw me recording. I'm just gonna update this here because I don't want to download it again. What's the file size of this? 2 gigs. Pretty cool. And the zip